Yeah, look, it's probably a little bit of a different interaction, and like he was at a stage of his career then, like he was at the top of his game. You know, I toured when we played Pakistan, and you know, in those Dubai tests where he took, I think he took some ridiculous figures in those tests where they just missed Pakistan for 50 odd and whatnot. He spoke to me about tactics, you know, and the idea of like he always loved the idea of the spinner being the joker, you know, trying to be able to play that face of not letting them know that they're on top of you. But it's easy for a guy who spins at a meter and lands it on a 50-cent piece to be able to do that. When you don't spin it and you can't land it in the same spot, it gets challenging, you know. So it's probably more when he retired that he was really good. You know, we'd talk all the time because he was a commentator for Channel 9. So he would talk to me about, you know, Horry, why don't you change your short leg to, you know, instead of being straighter, make him a little bit squarer, make them try and play something a little bit different, or, you know, just the idea of outthinking the batter a little bit. And I think probably now when I work with spinners is the more knowledge that he taught me. He couldn't really teach me anything technical about spin bowling because he was a leg spinner and didn't really understand the fundamentals of off spin. But for him, it was just all about the idea that it only matters for one ball. The idea is it's just that one ball that can get him out. So whatever happens before that is, you know, borderline irrelevant. The way he prepared was, as you'd expect from a guy who played, probably by that stage, it might have been 80, 90, 100 tests. Couldn't really tell you what he was at then. And he just had fun. You know, look, he just did what he did, and he knew that he didn't have to do much. He'd bowl a little bit. If it felt like if somebody was getting out of line, he'd chirp up a little bit, or, you know, like there were definite things in there. You go, okay, that's a bit different, but never going to say anything or do anything. I'm just sitting in my corner being quiet. But probably after he retired was when he helped me the most.
Yeah, definitely. And when you look back on it now, that he's no longer with us, obviously, which was terrible.
Yeah.
You cherish those moments even more, really.
Yeah. Like I still have phone text conversations from him. You know, I've never got rid of them on my phone, and you know, just the things that he said. And look, he was an incredible player, and I didn't get a lot to, you know, I had a few times with him outside of the game, and I really enjoyed that. He took me under his wing a few times, and yeah, like the greatest ever spinner, greatest ever cricketer. And for me, that's just something that I'll never forget, you know, like having those moments.